PowerDirector Q&A, Romeo and Juliet edition. For those of you who do not know the rules of this game, they are pretty basic. Our contestants, Bill and Jeff, will have to answer a series of questions revolving around the general plot of Romeo and Juliet. Whoever answers the most questions correctly in 9 minutes will win. Our team is very generous in that these questions will go in order from Act 1 to Act 5. We hope you enjoy the show. We will start with the first question right after this. And we are back. Bill, you will answer first. What is the setting of Romeo and Juliet? I think the setting might be, Rome, Italy. That is incorrect. Jeff, do you have a different answer? Yes, sir, I do. I believe the setting is Verona, Italy. That is correct. 1 point for you. Congratulations, you started the game. Next question. What are the names of the two rival families throughout this novel? Bill. The Montagues and Capulets will be their names. That is correct. 1 point for you. That now ties you up with Jeff. Jeff, your question is, Benvolio and Blank were fighting in the beginning of Act 1 right before Prince Aeschylus broke up the fight and announced any more public fighting would result in a death. Fill in the blank, please. Was it Gregory? No, it was not. Bill, your answer is? I believe it was Tybalt. That is correct. 1 more point to... Next question. How is Romeo feeling in the beginning of the story? Jeff. Romeo is depressed. Correct. That is 1 point. Next question. Why is Romeo depressed, Bill? Well, his love, Rosaline, well, she won't love him back, at least not the way that he loves her. Well said. That is correct. Next question to Jeff. In Scene 2, what is important to Capulet about his Juliet? Was it her education? Not even close. Bill? Not a clue. Alright, well the answer was her well-being, and since nobody answered correctly, no one is going to get the points. Next question. Bill, who takes care of Juliet? That'd have to be the nurse. Correct, 1 point. Next question is going to go to Jeff. At the Capulet party, who will Juliet actually meet? Count Paris? Nope. Bill, you have another answer? Pretty sure it was Romeo. There we go. 1 point to Bill. Next question also goes to Bill. At the party, who does Romeo spot and immediately fall in love with? Juliet. Easy one. 1 point. Next question goes to Jeff. After Romeo and Juliet kiss after dancing on the dance floor, how did each of them feel after finding out Romeo is a Montague and Juliet is a Capulet? Upset, shocked, surprised. Can't really describe it much better than that. Alright, so that takes us through Act 1, and I think we have 4 more scenes. We're going to be back right after this. And we are back. Alright, Bill, who were the 2 men that ditched Romeo after they tried to look for him? Tybalt and Mercutio. That was one heck of a try. Jeff, do you have the correct answer for me, perhaps? Tybalt and Mercutio, perhaps, maybe? Gentlemen, Tybalt and Romeo are not friends. The answer is Mercutio and Benvolio. 0 points. Next question. Where did Romeo go while his friends attempted to find him? Jeff. To the balcony to see Juliet and declare his love for her. They then decide that they are going to actually get married. Beautiful. Folks, this is a quality answer that only our generation remembers. Am I right? So, next question to Bill. Whom does Romeo ask to allow marriage, and is also Romeo's ghostly father? That would have to be Friar Lawrence. Correct. 1 point. Next question to Jeff. Who offends the nurse when she walks by in the streets of Verona and causes trouble with her? Juliet. Couldn't be farther from the truth. Bill? That'd be Mercutio. Correct. Next question to Bill. What does the nurse deliver to Juliet? Wedding plans. Yep, 1 point. Next question to Jeff. Who will marry Romeo and Juliet? Friar Lawrence. Correct. That about wraps up Act 2. Our contestants are surviving and aren't doing half bad. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back, folks. Moving on to Act 3. Bill, you are up first. Tybalt and Mercutio have a brawl in the beginning of scene 1, and eventually Romeo shows up. Who ends up killing Mercutio? Tybalt, obviously. That is correct. Jeff, who kills Tybalt? Romeo. Correct again. Next question to Bill. After Prince Aeschylus arrives after the fights, what happens to Romeo? He is banished from Verona. Jeff, who tells Juliet about what has happened to Romeo? Oh, Lady Capulet? Incorrect. Bill? The nurse. Right on. Next question. What will the nurse do to help Juliet? Bring Romeo to Juliet, I believe. That is correct. Next question to Bill. Romeo is ungrateful for significantly lighter punishment and wishes to kill himself. Who counsels and helps Romeo through this? Friar. There is more than one friar, sir. Friar Lawrence. There we go. Next question. At what times will it be safe for Romeo to sneak into Verona and see his beloved Juliet? Jeff. At night. This act must have been simple to understand. Correct. Next question to Bill is, Capulet has promised Paris that he can marry Juliet. He believes this will cheer her up from her tears, which he thinks are because of Tybalt's death, but are actually for Romeo's banishment. How will Juliet react to this news? Well, she'll be unhappy, right? I'd agree with that statement. Next question is to Jeff. Romeo is in Juliet's home and they have consummated their marriage. Why must Romeo leave? Because he's banished, right? Easy one. 1 point. Bill, what did Capulet, Lady Capulet, and Nurse agree Juliet must do? Forget Romeo, I think. Incorrect. Jeff? Marry Paris. Correct. Juliet now does not trust the nurse and is going to Friar Lawrence for help. If none is found, what is her last resort? Commit suicide. Correct. That wraps up Act 3. Our contestants are doing great, and we can only wish them the best of luck for the last 2 acts. We will return right after this. Welcome back. Act 4 is where things start getting interesting. Starting with Jeff, why is Capulet interested in a fast marriage for Juliet? So she'll get over losing her Romeo? Rotten start. Bill, you want to field this one? So she'll avoid losing Tybalt? Correct. Next question to Jeff. What will Juliet do to avoid marrying Paris? Or what is the friar's plan? Juliet will drink a vial of potion that will make her appear pale and dead-like to Paris, making him lose interest in her. Romeo will then come to save her. That's what it was in a nutshell. Oh. You're missing a few details, but I'm going to give this round to you. Okay, Bill, your question is, what is Capulet doing with the wedding that ruins the plan? Moves it to Wednesday or a day earlier. Correct. Next question to Jeff. Juliet begins to mistrust Friar Lawrence and believes if the plan fails, she will have to kill herself. She then goes into the tomb and is scared to find who? Tybalt. That is correct. Next question to Bill. When Juliet is in the vault, a woman wakes her up and believes she is dead. Who is she? Lady Capulet, maybe? Wrong. Jeff? The nurse? Correct again. Next question to Jeff. How did Paris and Capulet react to Juliet's death in one word? Sad. Pretty vague, but I will give it to you. 1 point. Next question to Bill. What have the wedding arrangements been changed to? A funeral for Juliet? Correct. Jeff. Friar Lawrence gave some advice on how to handle Juliet's death. For 2 points, can you tell our audience his advice? No, I can't remember what he said. Okay, Bill. He said that they should be happy that Juliet's back in heaven where she belongs. That's pretty much the gist of it. Correct. That wraps up scene 4, folks, and we only have one more scene to go. Stay tuned. And we are back. It is time for the final act of Romeo and Juliet. It all comes down to this. Who truly understands the tragedy better, Jeff or Bill? It's time to find out. Jeff, who is Romeo's servant and tells Romeo about Juliet's death? Balthazar? That is correct. Bill, what and who does Romeo plan to purchase to kill himself so that he can be with Juliet? Poison from the apothecary person? Correct again. Jeff, after Romeo agrees to pay the apothecary and receives the poison, was this act legal or illegal? Legal because it involved money. Unfortunately, having money does not make everything legal. Bill? Illegal. It is a death poison. That stuff will kill you. 1 point. Bill, Friar Lawrence has a new plan. He must bust Juliet out of the vault with what tool? A key? No. Jeff, you have a different answer? A key? Bill literally just said that. The correct answer is a crowbar made out of iron. Next question to Jeff. Whose life will be saved if Friar reaches Juliet before Romeo because both are planning on arriving there first? Whose life? Romeo's life. Correct. Juliet is now in the grave. Who arrives first, Bill? Paris? Correct. 1 point. Jeff. Paige is hiding in the cemetery as well as Balthazar. Romeo then arrives and is challenged by Paris to a duel because Paris blames Romeo for Juliet's death. Will he accept the challenge? No, he's only interested in killing himself. Correct. Romeo kills himself and Paris in the scene, but after killing Paris, he lays him next to whom, Bill? Juliet? Perfect. Next question to Bill. Juliet wakes up minutes later and is found by Fryer. He will take her where? To her parents? No. Jeff? To Mantua? Wrong. Guys, he will take Juliet to become a nun in a nunnery. Alright, next question. When Juliet realizes there is no more poison, what does she do? Jeff? Stabs herself. Correct. We're now down to our final question. Bill, what does the prince blame for all this trouble? The feud in between the Montagues and Capulets. And that's it. Bill has one literature Q&A, Romeo and Juliet edition, and for that we present you with a brand new car. Thanks everyone so much for watching our show. We hope to see you all next Wednesday on Literature Q&A.